Alright, so last night I had a mishaps on this little back section. I don't understand what happened, but it all fell off. So I've got the two new pieces started there this morning. Glue that on. That kind of ties up those two long clamps for today. So before I go in, I can glue two more pieces in here right now, but I'm going to sand this back piece off before I get too much stuff in the way. And we'll have to move this out of the way somewhere, this corner out of the way somewhere. I'll get the table out and we'll make up, well, I need four terminal blocks made up with my wire jump thing. Maybe there's one in this electronic thing to show you what we're actually doing. Yeah, here's one that. So I have the two wires, positive and negative, come into here, and I've jumped. It's hard to see because they're not looped up, but so they're like I call it a daisy chain along the thing. So you just plug your wires into this side, into this side, and that runs the power to all the street lights. This is actually off underneath the pit, laying on the other Ricadega 1, the 4x8 layout that I had made. So I'm thinking, yeah, it's missing screws. Some of them they're missing screws. That's why they're in this bucket. I should go through that and get all the screws together and make good ones again. But as I found yesterday, these are the bigger one, those are the bigger ones. Like I bought that bag for 25. These are the bigger ones. These ones are the same as that. Sorry, I still had some from before. Well, that's all right. The more the merrier. Like, it's not like we're not ever going to use them, or maybe, who knows. But when I figure I've got plans for lighting all the way down this 18-foot layout, so we should be using them up. These pieces, this bridge here, and like I said, I have the starting stages one. I think I have a couple more pieces of the plywood cut. I know I have more of the balsa wood cut too to make the shape. And we're going to come up here. I stopped building the bridge because we started to get into the banking to go into the corner, and we weren't fixed on the corner yet, but now the corner's fixed. We'll measure up the angles as we're going down. But well, actually we'll have to get this corner that's on the table back in position to make sure we're all okay. Oh, some NASCAR. I just noticed on this drill hole here that it's all caved in on the side. So I'm going to clamp this piece on here. I'm gonna coat a piece of doweling in the packaging tape, and I'm just gonna squeeze some plastic wood into the hole, and that should fix up that problem. Alright, so we have the one clamp on there. We have this coated with packaging tape, and I'm going to fill in that gap with some plastic wood. Alright, so we've got some plastic wood jammed down in there. I'll top it up I use this, actually what I've cut for a piece of fence post, but I can use that to push the plastic wood down in, and see it's actually getting right down in there. We'll fill the hole up some more, and that definitely is going to have to dry overnight, but we're good. It'll be good. We still have to repair that. I don't know, it was, I don't know, my mistake. It was my mistake over there. I had ripped it off, and now we're good. It'll start over. Alright, so we'll get some more plastic wood in there. You see the doweling's got a hole all the way through it. That's where the wires go. So we will fill that hole up, make it nice and pretty. There we go. I've pretty much it's filled up. It's kind of a dent in there, but we'll let that, what's in there right now, dry. I don't want to push too much down because it might squeeze out the bottom of this post. There's still a little space, so hopefully we're good. Can you get this camera in there? You can see there'll be a space there. We wouldn't want the plastic wood to put too much in there to fill that gap in. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Right, I've taken a piece of balsa wood and the doweling out of that hole, and seems to have come out all right. Back some shape. We'll throw some gray paint on that, and Bob's your uncle. There we go. You wouldn't even know that I did any work there. Alright, so we'll glue some more sticks on and call it a day, probably again today. Little piece section closed out there. We've got 2 layers deep on this back that fell off or the other day, so that's back across. We got some clamps on there to hold it together. We're running out of little pieces there. We cut, well, I cut a lot, but there's a few left there. Like I said, we all have to cut some gray pieces for the other corner. We'll cut more of these 1/2 inch by 2 inch pieces. And we'll be back in, well, we've cut the pieces, we'll be back in the paint mode for a while. Once, well, I'll put this corner, I'll make a spot on my other workbench across the way to store that for, well, it's going to be a day anyways, to cut more pieces. And again, I'm a procrastinator, we'll get these all ready, screwed on. I have to cut a spot out of the tape here, but that's no problem there. And for some reason this does not look straight, but I've measured. I had a 3 inch piece of wood and it slides evenly all the way up. And so, like, it might be out by 1 millimeter, but or it's not even that. Not even out by 1 millimeter. I don't know. Just one of those. Sometimes when something is level and you look at it and it looks out of whack, but it's perfect. Alright, we'll get a clamp set up on that, fresh glue, and so we've cleared off a spot on the far end of the table. I put those plastic buckets below in the shelf in the front of my desk workstation here. Oh, yeah. There's lots of storage along the front that I built. I don't know if the light's not shining down there, but you can see there's a bunch of 2 shells. All these plastic buckets full of slot car goodies. And the corner is over there, so we don't have to put it over by the table saw and drill press. So it's right there. We'll paint up. I'll paint up starting pieces, the gray pieces first. We'll get a bunch of gray pieces done to finish this, and on the other corner down here, we'll cut the pieces to fit in those slots. See, where's the measuring tape here? We'll see what we need. It's gonna be 3 deep, but not as wide. Not as wide. There has to be a space for the one piece of fence to come down, and that'll hold it to the, glue it to the plywood. All right. Alright, so I have my area cleared off here for the painting. Oh, the old vacuum cleaner out of the way. And just for refreshing my memory, hopefully we don't bust this thing while I'm doing this. Where is it? So it's 1 1/8 plus a quarter. So 1 3/8. We'll do a test piece because actually once it's all together, I'm pretty sure that's the measurement, but 1 3/8. All right. I don't know how sharp this blade is. It was kind of chewing up. There's 25 sheets of balsa wood in that box. So these, what I've done so far has used 10 sheets of balsa wood. All these pieces are just for the edge and the fill on the other corner. So we'll get this done, try and get it done as quick as possible here. Then we can get back to cutting the more gray pieces for this. Oh, look at that. So, all right. Alright, back to painting. Oh, look at that. Wood stuck on it. And oh, the Deco Art Crafters acrylic paint. Righty then. So there's oh, there was almost a mess. That in there. Righty then. So there's oh, there was almost a mess. That in there. So over there, we'll let those pieces dry. They shouldn't take too long for this to dry. Flip them over, sand them. These are going to be for the other, these pieces are for the other corner. We'll get that started. I'll open this box of balsa wood. Oh yeah. Oh, specialized balsa. I paid $27.75 GST HST. So $37.70. Scissors will work better on that one. As you can see, it's well packaged, bubble wrap, cardboard tape to it on the side so we don't have no damaged edges. There we go. So tape all around. Alright. Take that and shove that back down into the box. Just pull it out one at a time. Box back to where it belongs. So we've got the starting pieces of the fence glued on here off this corner from actually the other end. And I ripped, just in anticipation of getting ready to do this end, I ripped 2 pieces of 1/4 inch plywood, because this track, the track here has got to come up into the bank corner. So we'll have a, for the power tap, it'll be right, oh there, I'm trying to see if that's even. make this even kind of, well, I guess I'm just showing now, but so that's 16 3/4 from the edge of the table. This is where the, excuse me, this is where the straight stretch starts on the back, so it'll be on this side too. So the power top will be right about here on this board, and I cut this one just just to make sure I have another piece cut for however this is going to work coming through this straightaway, because it'll be kind of similar to this. I trimmed down the wood, so more or less this track plus the fence and then an edge. Be the same on this end, but on this end we have kind of a, say that's the park area. I was thinking, oh, like the IndyCar race at Long Beach, California, where they come around the fountain. So there'd be an aquarium. If I had a picture of an aquarium, we could put that down against this wall, I guess, for a backdrop. I don't know if I'll try and find a picture of the Ripley, I think it's called Ripley's Aquarium in Toronto, if it would work out. Who knows? Those are cut there, and the reason I got the table saw out is I have to cut more of these. These are 7.5 inches long, and I know if you watched any of my videos before, you'd be saying, like, what's he doing in the bottom there? But anyways, it doesn't really matter how much these hold, they just need to hold a bit. Kind of tie the two pieces of the balsa wood together across the bottom. Right now, like, that's pretty flimsy. So if they're glued together, it gives it all more strength. So we'll cut another piece off the big piece of plywood there at 7.5 inches. And that should be enough. I counted 20, I need 20 pieces, so I really should get a stand for this table saw, but like I know one guy I lent it to once there, he bought a stand for it, and I asked for it back. But anyways, it's kind of handy. We actually use it for ripping boards, any other cutting. Vicky was kind enough to get me this compound miter saw the one Christmas. It was awesome. So I've cut the 1/4 inch plywood pieces for these there. Like I said, I'll paint them all gray, paint them gray, and I'll cut more of these 1/2 inch pieces of balsa wood to finish my inside. We're 3/4 done on the inside and 1/2 on the outside, pretty much. So I think I cut a whole 4-foot piece of board in 1/2 inch pieces last time, I'm thinking. So we're going to do that. We're going to need them anyway, so I might as well just cut a whole another piece. Might take some time, but oh well. On an angle at the end of that cut. It's not going to, won't matter, like even Let's just sand that piece off once it's glued in place. Anyways. Righty then, the last cut. Alrighty then, so we have all those cut. We'll start painting them now. I'll get the blade. Alright, we'll paint the 1/4 inch piece of plywood first, so we can get them started to glue on the bottom of the second corner. I kind of got ahead of myself and put those pieces of fence on there, the starting pieces, where it should not be. The faster I get these ones painted up, faster we'll get caught back up. I'm pretty sure what I cut there in these balsa wood pieces is going to be enough to finish this corner. And we will switch back to cutting more pieces for the white fence. Alright, so I went and got that other, it's about a 1 inch wide piece, but anyways, so I have a space to put, more space to put these painted gray pieces. We'll fill up what we can fill up here, and then we have to let it dry. I know I rushed through the white yesterday, so it took a couple hours for the coat of paint to dry. So we see what we can do. We'll try and rush it. It's the painting. Painting can get rushed, or Maybe not. And the last piece, oh, so that'll be 96 half-inch pieces. I'll turn in 192. I cut them in half. Awesome. I know I lost a couple to the sander last time, but actually I'm thinking these are, oh, disrupting everything else. Alright, these are dry enough. I'm going to paint just to expedite the process here. Just to expedite the process, I'm going to paint the other side of these 1/4 inch pieces. And, well, get them done. Those are, well, I think even the balsa wood's pretty much dry right now, but that's enough painting for a while. we'll get those sanded up. If you enjoy my slot car videos, please smash that like button, share my videos, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll have more slot car videos coming for you shortly.